What if I draw you One Piece crew? Okay, here's the deal. Every episode, I take character ideas from the comments that you requested and turn them into a full pirate crew. The 10 roles are the captain, fighter, navigator, sniper, scholar, doctor, musician, helmsman, cook, and shipwright. If you have a character idea, I'll explain how to submit it at the end of the video. And today, we're starting with the very first crew, the Scar Pirates. Without further ado, let's dive in. Let's start with the captain. I created this character myself. Meet Escarion. He's a buccaneer with a dark past, sold by his own parents as a child. He was forced into slavery for just a few coins. Life as a slave was brutal, but it awakened his observation haki early. He could hear and see emotions, especially from other oppressed souls around him. Escaping to the sea, Escarion sought out others with the thirst for vengeance, people who shared his desire to change the world. He's not just a pirate. He's on a mission to make things right. He has mastered all 3 types of haki. His observation is so honed that he can see through objects, see in the dark, even view the world from a bird's eye perspective. He can predict movements, track people from miles away, and see things in slow motion. His brute strength and tough skin is his weapon. Escarion, the Overseer. Next up, we have Kane, the fighter and the swordsman of the Scar Pirates. This character was requested by Mushroom. Kane is a swordsman from Wano, but unlike the proud warriors around him, he was never recognized, bullied, ignored, and dismissed. Even the master overlooked him. He wasn't the best, and that made him feel worthless. Eventually, the rejection broke him. Isolated and hopeless, he fell into alcohol. No one even noticed when he disappeared. But in his lowest moment, something strange happened. While drowning himself with booze and swinging his sword in frustration, he stumbled upon a new style. Chaotic, fluid, and unpredictable. He called it the Drunken Sword style. His blade was old and battered, but with it, he returned to the dojo, this time to prove a point. Fueled by anger and sorrow, he nearly destroyed everyone who once mocked him. But Escarion stepped in before he crossed the line he couldn't return from. He asked to join Escarion's crew, hoping to forge a new path. Kane, the Drunken Swordsman. Next up is Lank, the navigator of the Scar Pirates, requested by Friendly. Lank is a fisherman who grew up on the surface, raised by a kind martial artist who treated him like his own son. But the world didn't care about kindness. They were judged, rejected, just for how they looked. One night, a violent group obsessed with racial purity attacked. Lank's mentor was killed, and Lank was taken captive. Chained and bleeding, he was dragged out to sea. Escarion felt his anguish from miles away. Using his haki, he tracked the ship, freed Lank, and together they crushed the enemies. Lank joined the Scar Pirates without hesitation, carrying his master's legacy forward. He fights with Frostfin Karate, a rare fisherman style that lets him freeze his enemies on impact by controlling his breath and blood flow. Lank, the Frostfin. Now, we have Shinichi, the sniper of the Scar Pirates, requested by Flame1M. Born into nobility, Shinichi always felt like an outsider. From a young age, he saw the cruelty of the elites and hated it. One day, he witnessed Escarion free a group of slaves. That single moment changed him. It felt right. Later, he secretly befriended one of his family's slaves. When his father found out, he tortured the slave. Shinichi snapped. He pulled the trigger and shot his own father. He fled to sea, determined to find the man who shown him a better path. When they saw each other, Escarion looked past his bloodline and saw someone willing to rewrite his story. He welcomed him as his sniper. He wields 3 golden guns infused with haki down to his golden bullets. Shinichi, the Golden Sniper. Next, we have Pink, the scholar of the Scar Pirates, requested by Nox Demon. Pink is a Shandian scientist with an obsession, uncovering the secrets of devil fruits. Her life shattered when Enel destroyed her family and cast her from the sky. Alone, she fell into the blue sea, lost and broken. Escarion found her drifting. He didn't offer pity, just a question. What do you want to be? She answered without hesitation. She wanted to understand the power that tore her world apart. He offered her a place on the crew, and a chance to chase the truth. She later ate the Yu fruit, a strange devil fruit that lets her alter attributes based on color, shifting strength, speed, even resistance in battle. Pink, the Curious. Next is Taiu, the Doctor of the Scar Pirates, requested by Even Lamb. Taiu, a skilled mink healer, once lived peacefully until a Buster Call experiment unleashed a man-made plague on his village. Everyone died. He survived, but barely. Contaminated food and water, he was forced to drink his own urine just to stay alive. Driven by desperation, he created a cure. But he didn't stop there. He mastered the science of poisons, toxins, and antidote alike. He now fights with 5 deadly needles, each laced with tailored toxins, striking with surgical precision. Escarion found him not as an enemy, but as a survivor. They fought. Escarion won, but instead of ending him, he made an offer. A second chance. Revenge with purpose. Taiu, the Toxic Cure. Next one is Fedran, the musician of the Scar Pirates, requested by Musician Crusader. Fedran was a gifted violinist, a man who spoke through music, until he ate the Vis fruit, a devil fruit that gave him power over the mind. He fell in love with the noble woman, a love they kept secret. But on their wedding night, pirates raided their kingdom. Fedran struck back with his power, unleashing illusions that shattered the invaders. But in his fury, he also shattered her mind. Racked with guilt, he vanished from the world. His music stopped. His heart broke. His illusion can twist perception, drive people mad, and even kill without touch. Escarion found him, lost in grief. Through Haki, he shattered the illusion Fedran lived, and gave him a reason to live again. Fedran, the Daydreamer. Now, we have Merrane, the helmsman of the Scar Pirates, requested by Silly Goober. Merrane once served as a helmsman of his own crew, a loyal band of fishermen who called each other family. But their peace was shattered when a ruthless pirate attacked, claiming their island as territory. They fought to protect their home, but were wiped out. Merrane buried every one of his crews himself. Since then, he returned to their graves every night. In time, he awakened the power of the bone fruit, letting him grow and weaponize bones, shaping them into spears, shield, even armor. When the Scar Pirates descended into the deep, Merrane stood ready to defend what remained. But Escarion listened through his Haki. He felt Merrane's grief and offered something more. A second chance, a family. Merrane, the Grave Keeper. Now we have Gazebo, the cook of the Scar Pirates, requested by Lank. Gazebo was born into a family of powerful brawlers. He awakened armament Haki at just 10 years old, and quickly became a prodigy in hand-to-hand combat. But his real passion wasn't fighting, it was baking bread. Over time, he developed his own fighting style, the Gentle Fist. He strikes land with little pain at first, but the damage builds and explodes all at once. He's calm, precise, and knows the weak points of every opponent. He often snuck out just to bake. One day, while selling bread at the docks, Escarion tasted his food and saw something in him. Escarion offered him a place on the ship, not just as a fighter, but as a cook, a place to be both. Gazebo, the Gentle Fist. Now we have Oak, the shipwright of the Scar Pirates, requested by Plupsy. Since he was young, Oak loved to build. He spent his days crafting wood, inventing things, and playing with his friends in the forest. One day, he found a strange fruit and ate it, the bark fruit. It turned his body into living wood, and he couldn't return to normal. Everyone was afraid of him. Even his own family shut him out. So, he left. Oak survived on his own as a bounty hunter, using his powers to fight and build. Then, he met Escarion, hoping to claim his bounty, but he was defeated. Instead of being killed, Oak was given a choice. Escarion saw his skills and offered him a place on the crew. Oak accepted and began a new chapter. Oak, the Mighty Timber. And now, I present to you the Scar Pirates. If you want your character to join a pirate crew, here's how to submit. No overpowered abilities. No existing devil fruits. Name, age, gender, race, human, giants, fishmen, and so on. Ability, devil fruit or haki. Crew position, anything except captain. Short backstory, appearance, significant features, and what they wear. I'll be choosing the best ones. Drop your character idea in the comments, leave a like, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next adventure.